I do want to point out that I do a lot of talking, and I do a lot of, this blah, 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 blah into the camera. And while I do give a lot of information and give a lot of my thoughts and a lot of content, you don't really know that much about who I am as a person. You don't really know that much about me. So I want to get into a question, an email that I got that asks 4 questions, and they're all questions directed towards me. So without further ado, let's get into that question. This is to Shogo. My name is Costas, and I live in London. 1. What information are you going to give from your newsletters? 2. What is your religion? 3. Where are you from, and where are you from originally? And 4, how many women have you slept with? Just wondering. All right, those are all 4 great questions, and I'll answer them in succession. So the first one, what information are you going to give in your newsletters? Well, really, my newsletter it's very similar to my videos. It's a lot of the very, very same content, just that the videos that I do are kind of spontaneous. They're not scripted. I don't really rehearse it. I don't really go back and edit it at all. With newsletters, what I can do is I can actually, the format's writing, and in writing you can go back and edit. You can go back and make sure your argument is laid out nice and well, and it reads very well. I have a hard time keeping up with a newsletter, so I'm not going to bombard you with stuff. So if you like the stuff that you see if you like the videos here, then go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. I don't know, you'll find it somewhere. There's links to it somewhere. So you can sign up for my newsletter. Hopefully I send out newsletters on a regular basis. I don't really have anything to sell yet at this point, so I'm not selling anything. I'm not going to bombard you with marketing and stuff like that. It's just a lot of my thoughts. I think they're great. People seem to love them a lot, so you can find out where to sign up for that. 2, what is your religion? Religion. Well, I don't really have a religion. I never grew up adhering to any one religion. And I've always been very interested in religions, all sorts of religions, and I think the older I get, the more interested I become in religion. I think that religion is really the key, is kind of is what brings our experience, or the human experience that we have. It kind of brings it to this day and age. A lot of what human beings have learned, a lot of what the human experience is all about, is interlocked, is contained in religious story, in religious mythology, right? There's a guy named Joseph Campbell who talks a lot about mythology, and mythology encompasses a lot, but essentially it's the religious story of our time that spans different cultures, a lot of times overlapping cultures. Certainly before the scientific age, all of the knowledge and that we have about the human experience of what it means to live, what it means to be in this world, was carried through stories, was carried through myth, was carried through religious myth. So I'm very interested in religion, especially in the sense that it communicates who we are in this world. It communicates a lot about life. It communicates a lot about what our ancestors from all around the world have taught us, have learned through their own experience and through their own lives. They've gone through a lot more than you and I have. And let's see, the computer just went off here. And the last one, 3rd, I'm on 3 now. Where are you from, and where are you from originally? Where am I from? Well, I'm from California, the Bay Area, Palo Alto, in Northern California, to be exact. That's where I was born and raised until I went to high school, and then I traveled around a lot after that. But originally from the United States in California. From originally, I think you probably mean what's my ethnicity. And my ethnicity is, I said my mom's Japanese and my dad is Mexican. Well, Mexican-American, so I have Mexican heritage. So I'm half Japanese, half Mexican, but I'm from the United States. I'm American. And 4, this is the good one, how many women have you slept with? Costas, I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you how many women I've slept with, but I think if I saw it written out in a number, it'd probably be more than I'd be proud to say. And I'm guessing you're asking this question because this is something that's on your mind. It's something that you consider to be important in your life. And if you don't have a lot of sexual experience, it's fine. Go out and do what you need to do to gain the sexual experience that you want. I will tell you, though, that counting up the number of sexual encounters that you've had, the number of women that you've had sex with, is not doing you many favors in life, especially as you kind of if you get more than, the fingers on your hand and the toes on your feet. If you're counting a lot more than that, any of that, you probably want to stop counting because, this isn't high school anymore, and You're not really comparing yourself. There's nobody here for you to compare yourself to in this. Sexual experience, right? Your sexual life, I guess you could call it, is something that is, it's a beautiful thing. And it's something that's actually very, very complex. And the way that our sex lives and our sexuality is involved in our life is something much, much greater and much deeper than can be boiled down to a simple number. And in fact, counting up, to me, that defeats the very point of what we're in this for in the first place when it comes to going out and meeting women and dating and having beautiful, wonderful relationships. On the sexual aspect of it, it's about becoming a better lover, becoming a great lover, becoming a lover that she desires, right? Becoming a kind of lover that you want to be as a man. And if you reduce that to a number, you're defeating the very purpose for going into this in the first place. So, for you to ask me how many women I've slept with is kind of like, I travel a lot. I travel the world. And it would be kind of like you asking me to tell you about my experiences traveling, my travel experiences, by asking me how many airports I've been in, something like that. And the number of airports I've been in have nothing to do whatsoever with the wonderful things and people and cultures I've experienced in my travels. The number of airports I've been in is just a number, and it's completely irrelevant to the beauty of the experience that I have. And the same goes for our sex lives. You want your life to be more beautiful. You want the experiences in your life to be more beautiful. You want to share beautiful sexual experiences with women, be it with one woman or many, many women. It doesn't really matter. If that's what you want, counting up the number of women that you've slept with is not doing you any favors there. In fact, it's actually preventing you from exploring this deeper and deeper and deeper. The more sexual experience that you have, the more sex that you have, you start to realize that a sexual encounter is more than a number. Certainly there are plenty of times I've had sex that I can think of that weren't nearly as beautiful and as wonderful and meaningful to my life as times when I've been with women that I didn't have sex with at all. So the numbers game is not only something that you go into because you're trying to prove yourself as a man, your virility as a man, right? And compare yourself to the other guy next to you, right? How many women have you slept with? What you're really after is something much deeper. And I can tell you that sex, when you really go into it, your own sexual experience or sexual experiences in life, is something that permeates so many aspects of your life. It's not just your communication, your interaction, or your having a sexual experience with one woman. That sexual experience comes with you, follows you wherever you go. It enhances who you are as a human being if you enter it in the right way. And if you enter it with a mindset of wanting to explore, wanting to share, wanting to give sexual pleasure, wanting to receive sexual pleasure, wanting to learn how to become a better lover, wanting to learn how to become a better man in a way. So this sex thing is in a way very, very complicated. When you reduce it to kind of this one, penis entering vagina, ding, I've had sex with one person, and then kind of you're tallying this up here. You see what you're doing is you're reducing the beauty of the experience that you could be having, that you could be opening yourself up to, the beauty of your own sexual expression that you could be opening up and you could be expanding on and growing. Reducing it to this tick, tick, and all you're trying to do is stick a dick into a vagina. So I really encourage you to stop counting or to not seek to count. If you